After being #1 for 13 years, our only competition is ourselves. The bold Camry. We redesigned a car that was already #1.
How did Andre McGee come into your life?
Andre was the one who always had the money, passed out the money, made it rain, made the deals, paid for the deals. He would start the music, and usually the girls would come out one by one, and they would dance for the recruit. And he asked me, is there any girls that want to, make extra money, pretty much side deal with the players? And I was like, I'll ask. So I asked the girls, anybody want to make extra money? And their eyes just lit up like, well, yeah. And that's when I started dealing with McGee.
When Andre approaches you and broaches the subject of would some of the girls do side deals, did you negotiate terms?
I just knew side deals was sex. Side deals were sex, and if they wanted to make extra money, that's what the side deal was, sex.
So you describe in the book that there were 22 parties. I believe all but one at Billy Minardi Hall?
Right.
Okay. And that you had roughly 24 girls work for you over the course of that 4-year period.
Right.
Of those roughly 24 girls, some of whom were your own daughters, how many had sex with either former players or recruits of University of Louisville?
All but about, roughly speaking, about 5 or 6.
So the majority of the girls
Yes.
not only danced, but had sex with either former, at the time current, or recruited University of Louisville players.
Yes. The recruit would pick out what girl he wanted. Andre would come to me, tell me what girl the recruit wanted, and I would tell the girl, and she would say her price. I would tell him. He would say, okay, give me the money. I pretty much would sometimes hand it to them. Sometimes he'd give it to him, and that was just it. He would take them into another room, and her and the recruit would do what they did behind closed doors.
Montrezl Harrell, Jaquan Lyle, Antonio Blakeney, Jordan Mickey, Terry Rozier.
Yes.
You're saying they all had sex on their recruiting visits?
Yes.
And you documented this in your journal?
Yes.
Why did you keep a journal?
Because I knew that this day would come, and I knew that one day they would say, she's lying. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. I have no reason, and I have the need to lie on anyone. I don't have the need to lie on anyone. I wouldn't want anyone to lie on me. Everything that I'm saying is 100% the truth.
A number of players have come out in recent days and said they don't remember any parties like that.
Right.
And more recently, Terrence Williams, a former player, came out very strong against you and said, in effect, that you're money hungry and you're lying.
Wow. I'm money hungry for some people who asked me to do this. And I'm money hungry to a guy that called me several times scheduling sex for money.
So just so I'm clear, did you personally have sex with Terrence Williams?
I sure did.
More than once?
I had sex with him once.
For money?
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember how much he paid you?
He paid me $500.
One of the things you said in your journal one time was, I felt like I was part of the recruitment team.
Yes.
How did you come to feel that way?
I did everything to make those guys sign. And I felt like, well, yeah, I mean, I brought them. Look at what I had to go through and look at what I had to do to get these guys here. I mean, they didn't care anything about U of L. They didn't. It was just U of L. Wasn't nothing spectacular to them. So when you offer what you offer, then of course, hey, I'll sign on the line. If this is what they're giving, they're providing, sure.
When you did have a conversation with Andre about Coach Pitino, to the best of your recollection, what was said?
I said, does Pitino know about this? And he said, he's Rick. He knows about everything.
Do you believe Rick Pitino knew about it?
This is my theory. 4 years, a boatload of recruits, a boatload of dancers, loud music, alcohol, security, cameras, basketball players who came in at will, dancers, their dancers, the whole dance team, may I add, saw us in there. How could Rick not know? You got players that are so loyal to Pitino, that they're loyal, who wouldn't go back and be like, hey, you know, we got dancers and sex and all that going on? My thing is, how could he not know?